G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Time Waster. The only show where if you've got time to waste, you come to the right place. I'm your host, obviously, Finton Smith. Sometimes I forget to say that. Just looking at things, you know what my favourite part about this is, so with like the setup, I've got the desk, I've got the plants. You know, I'm going for that white podcast host. So I've got the MacBook, the extendable arm, you know, a microphone holder, even though it's $30 eBay quality. Right, I've got sort of the white background, even though I've got all my Marvel posters up there. A bit of a nerd. And the funniest thing that I find is I call the show Time Waster, right? So the other week, I went out and bought a clock. And I thought, wow, doesn't that make sense? Because obviously my cover photo is with a clock. That wasn't this one. That was not this clock. That clock, to get the cover photo, I was like, no. The Facts and Finton, my old podcast, I just had a shitty Photoshop edit and of a photo I took an island over Christmas. And funny, actually, that Photoshops, they were so poor because I had to do them on my, 4 generations outdated iPad hand-me-down from my mum. I had to do it on a Photoshop app on that because I wasn't going to pay for that real Photoshop. And now I have the real Photoshop. I got it for cheap. The real Photoshop, so I can actually do it. But I was like, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to make a real cover photo. That actually has literally anything to do with the show, because that one you really didn't. I personally just liked the photo, and I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty funny. It was a good opportunity. No one else did, and that was made very apparent. No one else did, but I did. So I guess that counts for something. So anyway, I was like, it's Time Waster, and I come up with a name because I went, oh, what's something that I do really well? What's something that if I was going to put in a resume, could be a skill? Well, no, it'd probably be like if I made a Tinder account, that would probably be I'd put a skills list, and that would be on there. Obviously, my skills, I would say, they're not limited to, I shapeshift, obviously. I'm very good at not knowing when to stop talking, and I also am very good at wasting time. Oh, and I have a massive cock. But yeah, that's less impressive. That sounds worse, and it's also a lie. It's very small. Anyway, so really small. Anyway, so what was I saying? It looks more home than a child. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was time waster because I'm good at wasting time, and I looked through, the Spotify, the podcast, whatever. I was like, no one else has got that name. Happy days, Ooh. Get it? The Fonz. Anyway, so basically, what had happened was, I come up with time waster, and I went, happy days. It's like, imagine I'm stuck in a time loop. God, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I have Tourette's, but not the fun Tourette's, just Tourette's where I say basically in a constant time loop, and I cannot get myself out of it. It's like I'm in the Matrix. I'm stuck in the Matrix, but it's just those words. Yeah, so anyway, basically what had happened was I come up with a name, and I want something that's me. I want a current photo, a new photo. I want it to be kind of funny, and I thought, well, time wasting, I obviously have to have a clock in it, right? Because time wasting, and it's a podcast, so I have to get the microphone in it, Fun fact, it's not even the microphone I used. This microphone is not the microphone that was in the photo. I bought that microphone, that it actually come with this, with the arm, and it's a piece of shit. So I never use it, but it looked better to hold, I thought. So I had that, and I did a couple ideas, couple things. I wanted to get in a plain wall and background, some funny faces on a chair, some poses, but I tried to get my brother to take the photos, but he he's not helpful. So he took like 5, and they were all terrible. It was like the poor bloke had Parkinson's or something, or shaky. So they weren't very good. So I had to set up on the tripod, DIY it a little bit, and I eventually come up with the one I did. The classic. Oh, I've got the clock on one hand and the microphone. A bit of a hoo-ha, brouha face, going on. A little bit on the spectrum. I thought it was alright, actually. Maybe that one had a bit of rolls in the chin. I was like between two. And I stuck with that one. Anyway, brings me back to the clock. I'm sorry I've wasted 5 minutes to get to this point. This is why I can't do stand-up yet. Don't know how to shorten my my phrases, sentences, and stories. Anyway, so I had got a clock. And I took the photo with the clock, and I was like, happy days. And it was from the kitchen, right? And I put it back up in the kitchen, and I went out that day, did my usual, gym, ball, beach. I come back, and there's the smashed clock on my bed. And I was like, well, that's a bit funny, isn't it? So I went up there, and why is the clock all smashed? And everyone's fucking saying I smashed the clock because I guess I'd put it up not properly and it fell down. And I was like, uh-oh. So I did the right thing and I went out and bought a clock for myself. I was not replacing that clock because I stand by my story. I put it up. And is that not true that if you put it up and you leave the room and it's still standing, anything that happens after that point, it's not my fault. Look at my hands. Look at my hands. They're clean, baby. They are clean. For those just listening, you're just going to have to take my word on this one, I guess. They're pretty clean, right? Because I put it up, man, I left the room and it was still standing, and anything that happened after that, not my fault. It's not my fault. It's just like Scott Morrison at the moment, obviously half the country is on complete fire. But he said his prayers. He went to church, he prayed. His hands are clean, baby, people. We cannot blame him for doing absolutely nothing and, just being an overall piece of shit and useless leader. Because he prayed. He did his part. He did his part, people. God, his hands are clean. His hands are clean. God, I wish people would stop biting the fires and just start praying. And we'll be fine. We'll be bloody absolutely fine. God. Anyway, so I bought this clock. And I put it in my room, and I thought I'd put it there in the podcast so you could see it, and it makes sense. I was going to put like a shelf here, get some more white person plants, succulents. Some more succulents. Oh, fuck yeah. Little cacti, little aloe vera. Some succulents. Fuck yeah. A little bit of succulent potty mix. Yeah, so I thought about that, and basically it didn't, because I got the clock, and it turns out, with clocks, they're fine during the day, but then at night, they get 3,000 million times louder, and I can't stand it, and I want to kill myself, because all I can hear when I try to go to sleep is... Why the fuck do clocks make sounds? Why do they make sounds? I genuine question, why do clocks make sounds? Like, I honestly, serious, why the fuck do clocks make sounds? Do they have to? Surely not. Surely they don't have to make a fucking sound, do they? It's just a little battery turning a thing, and all it has to do is turn the handles without making a noise every second. Why? How is that even a thing? Why is that a thing? It's so goddamn annoying. And at night time, it's like, nights at the museum. But instead of cool fucking Robin Williams presidents and little cowboys and Indians coming to life, it's just a clock. It's just a clock and it gets a lot louder. It's just a really loud clock. And that's it. And I hate it and I can't stand it. So literally every night I would take it off my wall and stick it outside. And then I'd pick it up in the morning and I'd put it back. But even that grew too much and I absolutely stand it. So basically, it fell off or whatever, the battery come off. And Yeah, so there's no battery in it. So any acute listeners, it's stuck on, I believe 7 o'clock. So it never changes. In this 10-minute story, it hasn't changed. You know why? Because it's a piece of shit. Clock's a piece of shit. Why are they loud? It's 2019. Why do clocks make a noise? I'd be okay with every hour it goes, or a little, even a ba-boom. Imagine that, a clock every hour. Ba-boom. I'd be okay with a clock if every second it went ba-boom, 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 bum, ba-boom, boom. Ba-bum, ba-bum, boom. Something like that. That'd be cool. But this piece of shit just goes. Stop it. Just stop it. Oh, do you know what? I got to take a bit of a drink first. Yeah, I'll take a bit of a drink first. I'll get back to my. During this drink break, secretly, you're not going to know, but I'm secretly going to think of what I'm going to say. I have this piece of paper. It's got a couple ideas, but they're very they're basically just words, and I don't run with the script or anything, although I don't have any meanings behind them. And I'm going to take this drink break. I'm going to have a really long, deep, eloquent drink break. Maybe even pretend to deep throat it or something to try and buy myself time to think of what I'm going to say next. But you're not going to know this. Because this is all internal working, so you're just going to think, oh, he's just having a drink. No gag reflex. Anyway, so yeah, I really love water, right? and it's cold, and I love putting ice in it, but how fucking annoying is it when you're drinking, and that's quite a wide brim, and you're drinking, and all the ice gets in your mouth. Or you're drinking, and that's another thing, that's a real internal struggle. How wide do you open your mouth when you're drinking? From like a bottle, right? Because you can do the, I like to call it the Kim Kardashian, where you wrap your whole mouth around it, right? You plumb this all around it, and you're a bit of a whore, right? And you just let it all go down, and you're going to get a lot of it, but it's going to be a faster, more intense drink. Yeah, you're probably not going to enjoy it as much. It doesn't show a lot of character, I don't think. And look, if you follow her rules, it'll make you millions, though. You'll make you millions. I'll make you millions. Make a millions. Make a millions. No talent, make a millions. No talent, just fake. Make a millions. Make a millions. Make a millions. Just suck at the guy's dick, make a millions. Perfect. Have a dad this amount. Have sisters that business. To blickers. Make a millions. Make a six step. Have some kids. Name your kids really weird names like directions and after a city, but not even like a city that sounds cool as a name, like Brooklyn or something. Like your name is Chicago, and again, that's because Kanye, and like you're really deteriorating Kanye, because like Kanye's like already, he's already like pretty fucked up as it is, and you're making him even worse, and like, but make amends. Anyway, so do you do that, or you do the half? You do the little half mouth, right, where your sort of top lip comes down at about halfway of the bottle, and you sort of put it a bit higher, so you're not like missing a lot. If you've got a really good mustache like mine, sorry, it's probably a bit loud. I was just feeling it in the microphone. Yeah, probably a bit bit loud. Sorry, sorry, headphone listeners. Oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah. So you either do that with the half, and that solves your problems. What was the debate again? Now I'm thinking about it. It makes so much more sense to half mouth it, but naturally, you don't always half mouth it. But why not? I guess you like to live fast and loose sometimes. Would be the answer to that question. But just like then, I got a bunch of ice in my mouth because I went top ways. So that's yeah. So look, if you go full Kim Kardashian, make a moves, make a moves. Mother does make a move. You just ruin a couple careers. You don't really have anything to offer in the world, but you're gonna become a lawyer apparently, even though you have literally zero training, and you're definitely not gonna have a lawyer. It's definitely not gonna happen. But the police is done, and I remember you also in this one house view, you can have these things, and they're gonna be like not even things because it's just like a flat. It's just a flat bench, a marble bench, and then everyone's gonna be like, whoa, look at that benches. It's not even a sink. That's just a bench. But make a minute. Make a minute. They have a really big ass and it's really fake and it looks really gross because your legs are really skinny and like if you can have a really fat ass, like you have to have like legs that actually match it. It's all like like a little squishy and you can see like that your plants are like not good. But make a mint. Make a mint. Anyway, God, I am the funniest person in the world. That I've heard that about me heaps. I would obviously, reluctantly, I would agree. Reluctantly, I would agree. Yes, no, but right, so if you go full mouth, God, you go full mouth, you get all the ice in your mouth, but you have a chance to get more water, but just like then, when I was doing the Kim Kardashian, I got all the ice in my mouth, and I'm not used to that, so I had to spit it all back in. A bit of a quitter. But if you half mouth it, the problem when you got the ice is basically the real question here, because when you have the ice in there and you're drinking it through the thing, if you get one of those pieces of ice and you if you're half lipping it, good luck to you, because if that ice blocks it, you basically get no water, and then you gotta stick your tongue out, you gotta while you're drinking, you gotta push the ice back and hope that you can push it back far enough. So then when you tilt it back up, to push it down and tilt it back up, you hope that the ice has gone to the bottom and the water's going to beat it to the top. And you get that sweet little couple second sensation. And then the ice comes back, no water. So yeah. Thanks guys. That about wraps up today's episode. Thank you for choosing my place to waste your time. The podcast known as Time Waster. And again, if you ever feel like you have time to waste, you know the place. It's Time Waster, baby. Thank you.